Hey, it's Marina, travel experta, and today we're going to be talking about West Palm Beach, Florida. Are you guys ready for an adventure? Let's begin. So coming to West Palm Beach is a pretty big deal. Everybody knows it. It's a real cool hotspot, especially for the southern Florida, yet not so south as far as Miami and Fort Lauderdale, which, by the way, I have podcasts for all those areas. Make sure to go and check out. I have several podcasts talking about things to do in Miami, all different areas of Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Today, we're going to be talking about what to do in West Palm Beach. When you visit West Palm Beach, you're technically visiting Palm Beach County, right? So there's Palm Beach and then there's West Palm Beach. Obviously, you're pretty much going to be able to do both within a very short period of time because they're only about 10 to 15 minutes apart. But I want to focus on some really cool things to do in West Palm Beach because it's not the one that has all of the beaches. However, there are some really amazing things that you could do just hanging out in West Palm Beach. First of all, you got the entire waterfront area, right? There's this huge, it's called Sunset Park, although it's also Clematis Street that they kind of empty out onto this beautiful drive that goes all along the canal. It's not the ocean because you could look across from the water and see Palm Beach right there. And you could take bridges right over to Palm Beach, but like right along the waterfront. And it's just fantastic. You could walk all along there. It is super safe, perfectly manicured. It's just one of those idyllic types of walkways that you could do. You could enjoy a yacht trip. You could do biking there. You could just hang out on the piers. And also there's Clematis Street and other little streets that empty out all around there. And Clematis Street is the one that has more of a park area that you could also just hang out and sit around. The beauty of that area is the restaurants. It is just overflowing with restaurants to try out. You got everything you want from breweries to pizza to high-end dining, seafood, you name it. There's always something there for all tastes, especially if you're traveling with a family. There's so much for kids to want to try out and enjoy. I do recommend when you do stay in West Palm Beach that your hotel or Airbnb does have a pool because it does get hot even in the winter when it can get a little bit cool. Just a Floridian thing to do, right? To have a place where you are staying that has its own pool. The other really fun place to go and visit, and I recommend spending an entire evening there, it is called the Square. At one point, it used to be called City Place, and you'll still be able to hear people call it that because it literally just became the Square, and where they closed off certain streets, which used to be open up to cars. So anyways, it's called the Square. If you ever hear people refer to it as City Place, you'll understand, you'll know what they're talking about. And this is just an incredible, it's kind of like an outdoor mall, but there's restaurants and fountains and movie theater, really beautiful movie theater with a bunch of different, and it's very high end looking. It looks like an opera house or a French opera house style. It's really cool. Also to check it out, then there's also these bars. You don't have to be only traveling with kids. It's a really great place for if you like to go out for nightlife and bars. And it's all kind of in this one area, so you could just park your car and there's amazing, really cheap parking. I recommend parking inside of the parking garage, and then you could just spend the entire evening walking around in that particular area. You can also walk to Clematis Street from there, but it's not super close, probably about a mile away. So then if you do want to go and hit Clematis Street either before or after or on another day, obviously I would recommend parking around there. There's plenty of parking on the street and also parking areas, garages as well. And then you also have, your typical outlet malls. There's a lot of shopping in that area. But mainly if you're going to be coming and enjoying West Palm Beach, it's for the nightlife, Clematis Street, the square, and just hanging out along the waterfront. Now, stay tuned. Make sure you go and check out Palm Beach podcast because even though Palm Beach is literally 15 minutes away, not even, and you could see it from pretty much anywhere you're going in West Palm Beach, I do want to dedicate a separate podcast for so that you could really get ideas for that area as well. And if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a review and make sure to share it with your friends. If you have any other questions, go and check out travelexperta.com, travel expert with an A.com. And remember to make every day an adventure.